Word. Hi. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Yeah, awake? Yeah. Still have money left? No. You have $2 left. All right, you win. You win. $94. Now I'm doing an auction. $94. We're gonna get 500. 500. It's sold. What are we auctioning? I don't even know. My sanity. That's what I got. Yeah. Crazy go nuts. Okay. Well, cool. Omnicon, it's a real pleasure and honor to be here for my very first time here. Not my first time in this part of Texas. I've been in other conventions in the past few years, and I know you guys have a big heart and loyal following for anime and manga and video games and all that awesome stuff, the things that make us geeks proud, right? Speaking of geek pride, Jaeger Master, you know, I love the mashup shirts here. Pacific Rim, anybody?
Yeah!
Everybody go see that again and drag your friends with you. That movie needs to do a lot better than it is.
Yeah.
It needs to send a message to Hollywood so we can get more cool stuff. More mecha, more kaiju. We have Godzilla coming next year, which looks cool and everything.
Yeah.
Which will make you forget the Matthew Broderick one.
Yeah.
It's like, I wonder if we can make a good live action anime movie. RoboCop? We'll see RoboCop? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But craziness, yeah, so my name's Kyle and I'm an alcoholic. Oh, wrong meeting, sorry. Voice actor, that's it. Okay, outer voice, inner voice. Hi. So yeah, I'm a little scatterbrained. Yeah, so I do this voice acting thing, and I have been since 2000. In the year 2000. Yeah, I started on this obscure show no one's heard of called Dragon Ball Z. I grew up wanting to do this ever since I was a kid, watching Looney Tunes, watching all those great cartoons. I mean, I was a child of the 70s, man, and it was 70s. And 80s, are we got 80s and 90s babies in here? Yeah. All right, cool. Awesome. Turtle power. That's right, Power Rangers. That's fun. Yeah, so it's trippy to be involved in these properties where, and I was talking to my liaison over lunch, it's like, wow, people come up to you and they tell you that's like, you were my childhood, man. That's a trippy thing to hear. So if you ever grow up and do this, and someone tells you that you were their childhood, you think, oh, that just makes you feel old. But no, it's really a good, warm feeling. It's like, wow, I got to be part of the corruption of the youth of yeah, all that fun stuff. But yeah, you know, at the time, when you're doing stuff like next time on Dragon Ball Z, you know, you have no idea that is going to have an impact on pop culture, that people are going to come to you 13 years later after the fact and go, I used to rush home every day to watch Dragon Ball Z on Toonami. Every day after school to watch Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, or Gundam Wing, or all that stuff. And wow, I was a part of that. That was trippy. So it was amazing. I grew up wanting to do voice acting. If you go to Tiffany or any other voice actor panel, chances are they're probably going to say they fell into it by luck. You know, they happened to have an audition. I was like, I know I wanted this since I was a kid. So, but there's no like cartoon voice acting to be done in Dallas. There's anime with Funimation, and I got in with them, obviously. I was working at Radio Disney at the time. I was a DJ for them. And our promotions department was looking for, like, what's the hottest thing out there? Oh, this Toonami thing is hot. What's the #1 show rated on TV? Dragon Ball Z. So they go to Funimation, and they end up getting the rights to start giving away Dragon Ball Z toys and action figures and stuff. And they also find out that they have open auditions going on. And they knew how bad I've been wanting to do voiceover for anything animated. I'm just like, this is a dream come true. So they told me, I go in and try out. I read for Teen Gohan, and eventually get it. But I read for like 4 or 5 other small parts. I don't even remember what I read for. And I get hired, and I start doing voices on the Bardock special. 2 weeks after, and Chris Sabat, Vegeta, and he directed the DBZ dub. He calls me and he's like, oh, hi, Kyle, it's Chris Sabat. He's got that good old bass voice. It's like, we want to hire you for ah! You couldn't peel me off the ceiling that day. It's like, oh my God, my dream is coming true. I get to voice for animated stuff. What? Mind blown. So I go in and do that. And then I do Cell Saga stuff post-Cell, which like little bit parts. They have these little, filler episodes before they get to a part where Gohan shows up and going to high school and stuff. So I do a little of that, and then they say, congratulations, you passed the trial by fire. Like, what? It's like, well, because when you're doing anime dubs and you're matching lip sync, that's a technical skill. Not everyone can do it. And I guess they thought I faked it well. But they said, congratulations, we love your Gohan, you're Gohan. I'm like, yes! And I was super, super stoked because I didn't have to voice match anybody. See, Chris Sabb and everyone else had to copy all the other characters from what the Canadian dub had done, right? So, but Teen Gohan hadn't been dubbed yet. Not the Canadian version. So we forge ahead. And then a couple months after doing Gohan for a while, then I get Chris Sabb goes, so we're losing our narrator. We know you have a pretty wide range. We listened to your character demo. We know that you got a movie trailer voice in you somewhere, right? It's like, oh yeah. So then I tried out. They ran some test lines. It's like, yeah, you're it. Like, next time. It's like, oh. 5 years before that, I was going around the apartment imitating the narrator. So they're brushing your teeth. Like, next time, Kyle's gonna brush his teeth. Take a pee. Later, he's gonna go. Yeah. That's pretty trippy to be a part of all that. And then Yu Yu Hakusho and Blue Gender. Those popped up. I got to do Karasu, which I didn't audition for. I was just cast. Justin Cook, who's Yusuke on that show, said, I got a villain for you. I'm like, really? Cool. It's like, it sounds nothing like anything you've done on DBZ. It's like, well, thank you, number one, for taking a chance on me and not just thinking it's like, oh, he's just on DBZ, that's all he can do. It's like, thank you for giving me range. Not that I don't appreciate what DBZ is. It's absolutely the thing that started my career, and I love it, love it, love it, love it. But, as an actor, you want to branch out, you want some new challenges. Like, what do I get to do? I haven't done a bad guy on DBZ. Yu Yu Hakusho is a little bit different. It's a little more serious. Like, okay. Who do I get? Karasu in the Dark Tournament Saga. It's long, flowing black hair and a mask and all that. It looks nothing like me. Of course, voice actors never look like their roles anyway. And I came up with this creepy voice that I ended up using years later for Aizen on Bleach. So if you play back the Dark Tournament Saga and Karasu is like, it's Aizen. So Aizen inspired the other way around. Sorry, Karasu inspired Aizen. I ripped myself off. Then I got to, when I moved to